Hello, welcome to Ikkura Trading Day, May 19th. Today we're going to go review what we did yesterday. So Z, you're up.
I'm up. And I think I was pretty accurate that the market had a little bit of a pullback, a little bit of profit taking. Um, I wish I had done some moves that I was thinking of doing but didn't do. And when I doubt things, sometimes it ends me into a bad situation. So I think I need to just like do it when I'm thinking about it more. Case in point, I think that I'm actually up a little bit, so not too bad. I think my prediction is my net worth is around $1,100, but it
Okay.
could have been so much better if I had sold my Walmart call. And I'm very curious to know if you.
Sell it.
I,
Okay.
I didn't sell it at market open, and then I'm like, oh, it'll bounce back, and then it never did. It just dropped like a rock, and I didn't really even look at it. Like over the course of the first hour, I'm like, oh, it's dropping. I'll wait for it to bounce back. And then 2 hours later, I looked and I'm like, damn it. Like, and then I didn't sell because I saw that it was going wherever it's going to go. I should have sold it at any of those times. Um, so we'll see how I did, but I think I did well on the rest of my positions. Just that one, I think I made a mistake on. And I'm very glad that I sold the Walmart call the day before earnings because that one had good results. So let's go take a look at my net worth. Okay, that sucks. I am at $1,003. I thought my other stuff would have performed better, but I think maybe my Walmart call, it did. It drug down my entire portfolio.
Oh,
Everything else
no.
is green. Let me screenshot and forward this over to you.
Okay. The Walmart call outweighed everything. No, you still have time.
Yeah, still have time on that, but I need to learn how to exit positions in a better way. Actually, when I open the market, I'm like, oh yeah, I'll wait a minute, see if it goes up, and it didn't. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute, see if it bounces back, and it didn't. Yeah, I really should have just gone with my instincts and said sold it right then, because I was at a very nice profit at that point in time,
Mhm.
at any point in time actually.
All right. I see the down 3%. Okay. Yeah, looks like everything else. Oh, okay. Disney put going up. Wells Fargo put, Walmart, Starbucks. Oh, your SPXS is stocks. It's not, but it still counts. It still counts to Ikkura. You can do
Yes.
whatever you want.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
anything in this Robinhood trading account is Ikkura. And this is like a 3x leveraged ETF. So it's not an option, but they use options in order to 3x leverage bear market the SPY. Yeah.
I see.
So I was actually expecting my Wells Fargo puts to do a little bit better than they did.
It did not go down much.
Yeah, because Wells Fargo dropped by 6% yesterday, but my puts, I guess, did go up quite a lot from. Yeah, okay, they went up quite a bit from 55 cents yesterday to 90 cents today. So almost
Yeah.
100%. So those had nice returns. It's just that absolute dollar value. My Walmart call at its maximum yesterday was $259 and now is 77. So
Whoa.
almost $200 drop just on Walmart. So if I had actually decided to sell almost at any time when I saw it dropping, I could have saved myself a $100 loss at a minimum. Um,
Yeah.
but I saw as Walmart started to stabilize
Yeah.
in this point, I'm like, oh, it'll go back up. So I put in limit orders actually to sell on this, and it never reached that point.
I see.
But I should have probably just sold it, to be honest. Once I saw it dropped below the $200 mark, I should have said, okay, I'll take my gains. Because at that
Yeah.
point, I had very nice gains. And right now, I'm down quite a bit.
Hmm.
Oh well, So that's what I did. I actually made no moves yesterday, which maybe I should have, but I have $489 in cash now. So almost half of my portfolio is
Wow.
cash. And
Yeah.
so now it's time for me to make some moves. So today
And
I'm going to do some research and buy some things.
shopping.
Shopping day. How about you? It was an interesting day. I mean, you held a
Very.
lot of calls. I'm curious to see like if you sold something. Did you sell your Walmart call? Please tell me you did. Let's see what you did.
Yeah, so let me just go into my prediction. My prediction, so I had a monster day the previous day. I think it was like 759, 7595. I think I'll still be in the sevens, but I think I went down from 7595. I made a lot of moves yesterday.
Really?
Yeah. And surprisingly, I had a little I wrote out all my moves in this little book of mine here.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know what the hell was going on, but I actually did everything I said I would do. So I'm quite proud of the fact that I just had a list and I went through all of them. Let me just find that page because it's literally done. Oh, did I do it in? Oh, it's funny. Let me just send this to you.
Okay.
All right. So this is the screenshot. Let me open up my app.
Beautiful. So you did sell it for Walmart. I mean, that's awesome.
Oh, I even had a bit of a gain in the end. Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
What is your net worth?
78.
Wow. This is amazing. You're like steadily marching back to the 10K mark.
Okay, so Conoco Phillips, Disney call going down. No surprise there. JD definitely went down. Yep. Actually, funny enough, is the only thing that went up my Zoom. It's so hard to see because they don't. Where's all my gains? Oh yes. Hello Zoom. Thanks very much Zoom.
Thank you, Zoom.
Everything came from Zoom going up $532. I lost on almost everything else, but
the SPY put that you have is performing very well. It went up $122 yesterday.
What is?
The $285 SPY put. That you
Oh yeah. That's right. I spent. Yeah. So I mean, what did I do?
You bought that yesterday.
Yeah. So again, I sold my Walmart. Like you, I was quite disappointed. It was 4% up pre-market, and then I only sold it at 9:45 initially because I don't really see prices in interactive brokers until 15 minutes after market open, and it was sort of pathetic. It was point what percent up. I was just get rid of this shit. I don't want to hold on to it anymore. So, yeah, I bought it for 353 and I sold it at 539.
Very nice. So that is some nice gains into your cash.
Yeah, what is that? 65%.
Yeah.
And then Alibaba, I just I don't know. I just sort of put it there, and then it fulfilled.
Okay.
I just was thinking, it's expiring on Friday. I didn't really want to wait. If I had it, if my expiry were further out, till next week, I may have held it through earnings. But since it's expiring on Friday, I didn't want to take a risk. So I bought Baba at 423. I sold it at 993. So that was another nice gain.
Right.
And then with that money, I was okay, it's time to rebalance my portfolio. Now, one thing, so as I mentioned yesterday briefly, I was looking at, how do I want my allocation to be? And I was thinking something along the lines of 70, 20, 10. 70% bullish, 20% bearish, and 10% cash. I wasn't sure what to make of Zoom. Zoom isn't 100% bearish, but it is a bearish move.
Yeah.
But it also goes up when things go down, but it also goes up when things go up. So I wasn't really sure where to put it, but call it so that's a bit of an anomaly. But I just realized that, oh wow, I don't actually own any bearish moves. I don't have any bearish positions. So I was okay, this is gonna be really freaking expensive. I paid $900 for this SPY put at 285.
Wow.
Yeah.
But actually, long expiration date. Okay.
I don't know. I mean, like I'm much better of. I think I'm a much better sort of like so far at least. I think I'm better at at forming ideas around companies that will grow than do badly.
Yeah.
But I just want this spy put in there in case Armageddon happens. Like I need some type of like something to cushion the fall if anything like that happens.
Right.
And then um, I went nuts on space. I just bought $1,000 worth of space calls.
That's awesome. Wow.
Um,
Oh yeah, you have 4 positions now at the $17 call.
yeah. Um, so I lost a bit of money there, but whatevs. And then also, then the last realization I had was that I don't actually have anything. Uh, like I have really weird companies that I'm bullish on, like Zoom and space. There's nothing like traditional that like if the market goes up, it'll go up. So it's like, okay, since I just bought a bunch of Microsoft stock, let me buy some calls on it because I just, it's one of those like amazing companies. And if the market is going up, it's just going to go up. So
Right.
that was how I did it. I'm still holding on to this JD. I'm probably planning to sell. I'm planning to look at JD this week, maybe let go of it. I'm curious to see what Alibaba's earnings will be like on Friday, and maybe I could.
Do you think that'll boost JD? I mean, if they have decently good earnings, you think JD will also
I
go
think
up?
so. I think if Baba has strong earnings, JD will go up as well. So, yeah, man, that's it from me. But big moves.
Yeah.
And then I only have $800 cash. I'm quite risk averse, so I'm not sure. I think I may need to like have a bit more cash. So I may look at keeping a bit of a buffer for more of a buffer.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it.
I'm looking at JD and it's done very well. Even now, it's up quite a bit. So your
Really?
total return must be decently good. And I would assume that it will probably, the next green market day, it's going to do very well. If Baba does well, it'll do well. So let's see.
Maybe. Yeah. So the JD has been really exciting. I'll just share that I think this has been my best performing option sort of ever. I bought it at, these are the gains that Wall Street Bets talks about, man. I bought it at $1.30.
And now it's 620.
It's 20.
Incredible.
Yeah. So it's like, why are we? So I mean, it's exciting. And it's probably not as fun when like I'm sharing with, you don't. But I think what I'm really taking away from this, and we both can take away from this, is that you really don't need those crazy out of the money calls.
Yeah.
So like, bang. That is sort of like the insight or whatever conclusion I drew when I was looking. Remember that girl that like made $700,000 on Amazon calls?
Yeah.
Each time she only bought calls with strike prices like 6, 7, 8% away.
Yeah.
So similarly with JD, right? It was like $40. I bought 45, and when it hit 45, I bought 50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally makes sense. I'm also experiencing the same thing. Like playing with the Wells Fargo puts that I have.
Yeah.
I'm only buying a couple dollars out of the money maximum. So if it's at $25, I would only buy $23. And that's still almost a 10% shift. And that's almost too much. I think that sweet spot is 5% because when the stock does shift 10%, you get hundreds of dollars into your account. Rather than you're a little bit closer to being in the money, that's still, there's no intrinsic value in the option. And really where it seems to outperform is when you get intrinsic value in the option. Like where you could actually sell this and get, or where you could actually exercise this and get the stock and really do something with it. That's when it starts becoming really worth a lot of money, I'm seeing. Otherwise, you should be doing really out of the money bets that cost you pennies and at 1 in 100 times they will return dollars.
Yeah.
Like that's the other way that I think I could play it. And you just know 99 out of 100 of those bets are just going to return for $0.
Yeah.
So that's also what I'm thinking. I like this playing closer to in the money on the options because the chances.
So you need to build up some cash to do that.
Yeah, they are really expensive. But you look at Walmart, my option dropping from in the money to out of the money cost me $200 almost.
Yeah.
And it's not a big move at all. Walmart went down a few dollars. Yeah. So I think that this is where I want to be with my options in the future. Is close to in the money. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when it prints, well, it's amazing. It prints very nicely. Like this is what JD is doing for you now. So
yeah,
it's cool.
And last thing I was just going to add is that like I was last night, right? Like I was thinking, okay, am I going to buy Disney or not going to buy Disney? And I was just trying to answer like, why am I buying Disney? Like, and I actually think that I don't know, it's so tough to make a decision on a company like Disney because like they actually derive 2/3 of their revenue. One is from the studio business, like making movies.
Right.
And the other third from theme parks. So it's like 2/3. If cinemas don't open and if cinemas open, but like, they won't be able to fit as many people into the cinema because people won't be able to buy as many like tickets or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard to see how they're gonna. Basically, all I'm saying is that like I'm very, no doubt it's gonna like crush it eventually, but it's like maybe not yet. Maybe there's further room for it to fall before you build up your position in it. So that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I think so as well. This is why I bought puts on them.
Yeah, you still have those puts, right?
I just have one put contract for $112 strike price. And it's not quite there yet, but it's gone from over the course of the day, or these 2 days, I should say, it went from this maximum of around 119 at its peak, down to 114 today. So it had a really substantial pullback over the last couple of days. I would think that it will, unless there's a big green market day, I think it will drop back down to the $109 level, where it will kind of test those levels again. Like 110, 109 is the spot where it's either going to shift back to being bullish or it's going to dive down into being bearish, and then it can drop all the way down to the $100 level again. So it's like these two little psychological numbers, I think, are really important for Disney, because it's just where it's been trading. Like 110 has been its ceiling for a while, and 100 has been its floor. So now that it's jumped back up, I think 110 then becomes its floor, that once it falls through, then it drops down again. It's these, I think the market is, it's just people moving their money around, right? So it's all psychological. Like, you're like, oh, I'll sell Disney if it goes under $110, like that's my limit. And it is. Like a lot of people have their stop limit set at these psychologically significant numbers. So yeah.
So what are your moves? I guess we don't have to take up too much time with this, but I am curious. How are you feeling morale-wise? And what are your moves going to be?
Morale-wise, I'm a little bit frustrated that I did not sell Walmart. I think, as I said in the beginning. And using the cash that I have, which is almost $500, I would like to make a relatively big move. I just haven't decided what it's going to be yet. So just like your SPY put that you put on, it's pretty expensive, but I think that's where the big returns have a lot of potential. So I would like to look at this. I'll study today, and then you'll see tomorrow.
Oh man, exciting.
What about you? I mean, you said you might sell something.
Yeah, I'm looking at JD, trying to consolidate that win. I think even if it's at a 5x, it went down a little bit yesterday, but even if it ends up being around 5x or whatever, because it was $6, $5, I'm very happy to sell it.
Yeah.
I think I'll sell one and then hold the one through Baba just to see what happens.
Yeah.
And nice to have a bit more cash.
Are you going to hold Baba through earnings then?
I sold it.
Oh, you did. You're right.
Yeah. Yeah, I sold Alibaba and
Yesterday.
Walmart.
Yeah, of course. Maybe I'll buy a call on Baba right now. No, earnings is on Friday. So.
I wouldn't. Xiao told me that Alibaba did really badly.
Yeah.
Well, it should have done really badly, just because it's like a P2P marketplace.
Right.
As opposed to P2C. And so if it's P2P, then all the sellers are also on lockdown. So they couldn't sell anything either.
Right. Well, then what do you think about buying a put? Because right now it's getting up towards earnings, but it's skyrocketing a bit. Maybe now's the time to buy a little pessimism.
You see, the reason why I don't dare buy puts on companies is because I have no idea. So as they joke about on Reddit, but I really I've seen enough of it that I'm a believer. It's the bad news, the stock goes up. Good news, the stock goes up. Bad news, when does the stock price ever go down? I have no idea.
Right.
It's usually some type of external thing. It's what is it? Jerome Powell says X, and
right.
then everything goes down. But you have no idea whether that's going to happen.
Right.
So I don't know if they're even if Baba reports bad, poor earnings, I don't know whether it's going to go down.
It's a good point.
But if you're looking at puts,
ooh, you have a stock tip for me.
I would look at TripAdvisor and those travel companies that have a massive run up yesterday.
This is true. Yeah. I looked at I looked at Carnival Cruise Lines yesterday, and probably should have bought puts. They had a big run up and then went down another 8% or something just in one day.
Wow.
It's their moves have been 10% up, 8% down, literally in days after each other. So that's amazing if you can time it a little bit right, even 60% of the time, right? So, I will take a look at TripAdvisor and maybe some other travel stocks today.
Yeah, Korean hotels went up 20% the previous day too.
Yeah, the Wynn Resorts, right? But this may be interesting. What do you think about when Las Vegas reopens, for instance? There must be a huge run up in the stock price when that happens. The Wynn, the Marriott, MGM, these companies. Yeah. It'll be Bonanza Day. They should go up 10-20% that day.
When they reopen?
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah.
I'll think about that today. Maybe I will position accordingly. Thank you guys so much for watching Ikkura Race to 100K. I'm Z.
I'm Z.
Ming. I'm Ming. And please remember to like this video and subscribe to our channel so you can follow how we are making trades. We will see you tomorrow.